Boo-hoo! Every evening, Proteus would pull a long line of empty slate wagons up to the quarry to prepare for the slate miners the next day. Proteus was always a quiet engine, never a complaint of late hours or even a word spoken. One evening, another empty slate train had to be brought up. The train was going nicely over the viaduct, and the quarry was not far to go. Suddenly, a screech! Hiss! Whoosh! Who or what was that? The driver asked, concerned. The driver and fireman looked out the cab frantically and put the train to a stop. "What's the matter, boy?" the driver queried. "Hoo-hoo!" came a voice. The driver looked around confused to find where the voice came from. Then he looked up. An owl was perched on top of a tree with its big orange glowing eyes. The driver called the fireman, and they both laughed. "Looks like the owl gave you a spook, Proteus, and here we thought you were a night owl." Proteus could only pout and let off steam in response. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing my artwork time-lapse and the story that I came up with. This is a bit of a different video from the other ones, but Proteus is obviously an existing character, but you can see here that his design is a little bit different. From what we know of Proteus in the show, we don't really know much about. He appeared in one episode where he was portrayed as like a fictional engine with a magic lamp, and that was with Peter Sam, so Peter Sam's my favorite character, so that's cool. Other than the lamp, there's not really much that we know about Proteus, so I thought that I'd love to make my own ideas for it. He was a one-of-a-kind class by Fletcher Jennings, the same builders as Skarloey and Rheneas, and he always works during the night, for that's when that Skylar and Rheneas would do the daytime work. Proteus is a mighty engine, yet he doesn't talk at all. And my idea for Proteus, since we've never heard him talk at all in the show, apart from that one podcast Thomas CGI thing, which, that's not canon, so that doesn't matter.
Then he heard a voice.
"I am Proteus."
It was
No, you're
Proteus.
not. So my idea for Proteus is that he has got something that is called mutism. It's not autism, it's mutism, and it's a condition where someone they have lost their ability to speak, mentally or physically. I find it a really interesting concept for a character, having the way that he is able to express his feelings, using his facial expressions, and using the puffing and the wheeshing of steam to show frustration or getting frightened. I just find it a really interesting concept that I've never seen anybody else do for a character. Other than what I've said so far, we don't know much else about Proteus. Some people suggest that Proteus had a hard-working life, especially with World War I. Slate demand at Skarloey Quarry was only growing in terms of preparing slate building materials to keep houses at top shape. And during this time, Proteus would have to pull many, many empty slate wagons up to the quarry. But one day, of which Proteus had mysteriously gone missing. People have speculated that he was stolen by Germany spies. Some people believe that he fell off the viaduct and drifted out to sea. The latter was more being treated as unrealistic, although nearby residents claimed to have heard loud metal groaning and a booming crash that sounded like thunder coming from the viaduct. Nothing has been found to this day, apart from a smashed lamp. He very much came and went, an engine that was so quiet, most people didn't even know he was there. Was he even real to begin with? Whatever the case, Proteus lives on through legend as a ghost engine, with the power of the sea god that he was named after. A night owl that changes appearances and spies out over the woodland. One who has no intent other than to quietly observe without making a sound. Yeah, that's my sort of story for Proteus. For a while, I have wanted to make a 009 model of him for my suitcase layout that I've just finished. But I've had a bit of a hard time with trying to find a good 060, what is it, a outside cylinder 009 or N-scale 060 chassis. I think I've found a couple options for Japanese chassis, and yeah, this is my take on Proteus, and yeah, we'll see how this video goes. Don't expect me to be the next Rexajet Thomas YouTube artist, because I would never have the time and dedication that he has for his videos. But for me, I'm just gonna make my own art for my own fun. Thank you for listening to this, and I'll see you down the hill and round the bend. Alright, bye now.